Hi, my name is Edie Carlisle, and today I want to talk about the fear or worry once you have been diagnosed with cancer. And I really want to talk about how you alleviate that or methods to alleviate that. One of the things that most people do is they become so fearful because doctors oftentimes create messages that create fear in you, like saying that you might only have 2 years to live, or um, whatever the amount of time is, or saying that you have to obey them. Like when I first felt my cancer, I should say, and I went to a gynecologist, and he scheduled a mammogram and ultrasound, and of course, malignant cancer was found in both breasts. The first surgeon I went to that was going to do the biopsy, he informed me that besides doing the biopsy, I would have to have a double mastectomy or at least a lumpectomy in both breasts, and also chemo and radiation. When I told him I had no wish to have chemo or radiation and wasn't even sure about having a lumpectomy, definitely not having a mastectomy, he informed me that I would not live for 2 years. I was a little upset with him and told him he was not God and did not know when I was going to die. And so far, I treat my cancer naturally, and I am alive a year later with no side effects, feeling terrific. And anyway, I want to explain that cancer is not necessarily a death sentence, even though media makes it out that way, many doctors make it out that way, but it is not a death sentence. Even if it is in stage 4, there are natural ways of treating it in even at stage 4 that will help heal you or certainly give you a better quality of life. My suggestion is do not have surgery, do not have chemo, and do not have radiation. But now I have gotten away from my subject of fear. One of the problems you will have if you have been diagnosed with cancer is all your friends, all your family only believe in traditional medicine because that's all they understand, that's all they know, that's all they hear about in the media. And I'm afraid to say that's all the oncologists know also. They have very little knowledge of normal or natural ways of treating cancer. So you're going to have to be more aware, and I really want you to research, and there's so much information online to research that will help you learn more about natural ways of treating cancer. Also, uh, don't believe that doctors are God. In fact, if you realize that it says the practice of medicine, and that's what they're doing, they are practicing medicine on you because they have no more real knowledge of the body than you do if you take any time to learn about your body. In fact, you know more about your body because you know how you feel, you know where the pain is, you know what type of pain it is, if you pay attention and become aware of it. The doctors can only know what you're feeling by what you're telling them. And if you're not paying attention to how you feel, you can't even explain to them really what you are feeling. Another thing is when you start learning about your body and learning about your thoughts, because your thoughts and your attitude control so much of how your healing will result. If you are so fearful and worry all the time, you will not heal, even with, well, you won't heal necessarily with traditional medicine anyway, because one of the things chemo does and radiation does is it kills your immune system. So even if you get a cold, it will probably develop into a flu or pneumonia, and you might die of that because your immune system cannot fight anything, because chemo and radiation kill all your cells, including your healthy cells, not just the malignant cells. And the malignant cells, by the way, are also anaerobic cells, which is a cell that is abnormal. And many of your natural ways of healing cancer also kills, because they will kill the anaerobic cells in the body. So therefore, it is unlikely you will get the flu. It's unlikely you will get any other kind of disease, because the natural way of killing cancer is actually killing anaerobic cells. And for instance, Parkinson's disease is an anaerobic cell. MS is an anaerobic cell. Lupus is an anaerobic cell. Autoimmune disease is an anaerobic cells. There are many diseases that are caused by anaerobic cells. And if you're killing all the anaerobic cells in your body, then you won't get any of these diseases or illnesses either. And in fact, when you do it in a natural way, you will kill any cancer cell that is in your body, no matter where it is in your body. Whereas, of course, if they do surgery, if you have breast cancer, for instance, and they do mastectomies and they give you chemo and they give you radiation, that is only concentrating on the breast area. Or if you have prostate cancer or liver cancer or kidney cancer, and they're only concentrating on that particular organ or that particular part of your body, that does not mean that cancer will not come back, even if they claim that it is in remission. And there is a difference between in remission and being cured. Many of the natural ways actually cure and kill all the cancer cells in your body, so cancer cannot come back. Whereas if you have surgery and they miss one cell, or they even miss one cell with the chemo, and the chemo normally is in a very small area because they're trying not to kill your body with chemo, because chemo can kill your body. Chemo can actually cause cancer, as can radiation. So here you're having some kind of treatment that causes cancer to cure your cancer. Now that's totally insipid. All right, I will be talking more about letting go of fear and worry in cancer, as I need to explain more of it, but this video is getting too long. So I am going to close for today. I will talk about this again another time, but I want you to know that cancer can be cured. It is not a deadly disease, as the media makes out, especially if you do not have traditional treatment. Until next time, this is Edie Carlisle saying blessings and have a wonderful life.